I'm Dan.
I'm Lucky.
I'm William.
And this is Neat Plans and Poor Decisions. All right, welcome y'all. Neat Plans, Poor Decisions. Today we are going to go a little outside the realm of what we normally do.
Very special episode. Let's go.
Although maybe we're just doing exactly what we always do. So I work at Watch Hill proper. This is my coworker, Cris Banaszynski. Every Saturday at Watch Hill proper here in Louisville, Kentucky, Prospect, Kentucky, we do what's called the blind leading the blind, where we do a blind taste test. It's normally $25. You come in, I don't know what's going on, or Chris doesn't know what's going on, and we lead a blind. So what we're doing is taking the label out of the equation, the ego out of the equation, and we're just drinking whiskey and talking about it, trying to figure it out. There's normally a theme. As today, there is a theme. We are normally drinking these lowest to highest proof, which we are today. We had these set up outside of this podcast. So literally, mystery envelope here has the answers. Chris doesn't know. I don't know. William and Lockie don't know what's going on here. So we're just going to drink the whiskey and talk about it, try and figure out a theme. We do have a couple Easter eggs that we're hunting during the episode, as we normally do. But without further ado, we're going to hop into this. But first of all, Cris Banaszynski, welcome to the podcast. Besides working at Watch Hill proper, what's your frame? How do you? Why are you on my podcast drinking whiskey with me?
Because I had a Monday off.
Oh, perfect.
And it's beautiful out. No, so I've been in the service industry for 30 years. I am a native Kentuckian my entire life. I've never left. The outside world is big and scary, and it doesn't have bourbon as much as we do. I have been in the service industry for a very long time, and I've been at Watch Hill proper since day one.
OG.
One of the two remaining OGs. Over the last 3 years, I have definitely gotten an in-depth education about whiskey. Things that I've learned I never would have thought of. I'm actually currently studying for the CSS, which is the Certified Spirits Specialist test, which will only hopefully increase my viability
we can't fire you if you have that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Dan, there's a lot of things that we can't get fired for. Tommy would have something to say about that. But, I'm very thankful to have found this. Lockie and I started together. Mm-hmm. Dan has been an absolute godsend for me. He has really helped me out with my whiskey knowledge. And, of course, William. What can you say about William that hasn't already been said, right?
I can say a lot. We'll keep that off the record. All right, so just let's give a little spiel, Yeah. So every Saturday, some Wednesdays, we do this blind leading the blind thing for Watch Hill proper. And the way it works, like we already said, 4 blind whiskeys. We don't know what's going on. There is a theme. What Easter eggs do we have today, my friend?
So today, Mr. whoever picked these, we won't call
it was Chris Ballou. He's the GM of Watch Hill proper.
He's going to get an ego trip from that, but
it's fine. Let's give it to him.
All 4 of these whiskeys are Kentucky distilled. We have 1 wheated bourbon and we have 1 rye. We are always fortunate enough to have a theme for these, although Saturdays is a little crazy, but it's fine.
So let's talk to the listening and viewing audience as if they are participating with us.
Yeah.
When you are approaching these glasses, how are you doing so, Chris?
So I have a 4-step process. The first is to take a good deep nose. We can start unraveling some clues about the whiskey. The first taste, I like to swish around in my mouth as though it were mouthwash for 2 to 3 seconds. The second taste, I kind of aerate across my palate as if it was wine. Lockie's done some wine tastings, I assume, so he knows what I'm talking about. The third taste, I kind of tip my head forward and pull it in the tip of my tongue. That way we can get the finish. Of course, we always tell people we like a good long finish. We like it complex and changing. Yeah.
I mean,
Dan,
I've always
got
been a
anything
fan
for
of a
us?
good long finish.
Like I've said on episode 1, and it's something I always lead off with in this blind leading the blind series, is when I'm diving into a glen here, I am doing it with my mouth open, with my nose into the glen, mouth open. So I'm running those vapors across my palate and not burning it out with the alcohol vapors.
Yeah, otherwise you're just going to get all the ethanol just go straight up your nose.
Right, exactly. And then I can't taste anything. But
Do
other
we
than
know
that,
that these are lowest to highest proof?
they are lowest to highest proof.
Well, Nick didn't pour them, so it's
And yes, so we know they're not out of order.
I have the notes myself, so I know what's in there.
All right, so
Fantastic.
so we know we are hunting one weeded bourbon.
let's hunt some Easter.
We are hunting one rye and trying to figure out a theme here. Glen 1.
Cheers.
Cheers. Let's do this.
Sir.
See if we can find. Let's talk about it. Like I'm getting a little
Yeah.
creaminess jumping out there.
Absolutely.
Low proof.
It is
Yeah,
low proof.
yeah. It's not.
Yeah.
The proof is not
Oh,
burning me.
We
Yeah,
do
no,
like,
no.
We
That
do
might
like
as
to
well
talk
be
about
water.
proof. We definitely have some regular people that come and kind of nail down.
I
proof.
gotta tell you, Glen 1 is familiar.
I thought a few of these smell familiar to me.
I haven't gone past one, but on one, I'm like,
You know,
I
it's like
have
I've-
drank this. Before.
I've done with these for you for so long, with you for so long that like I know where your head is.
Are we
So-
trying through these and then coming back, or
Some people do. You do it however you want.
Why not? Yeah.
You can nose them all and come back, but I'm just gonna focus on one.
One
The fun
time
part
being.
for me at the end is putting a face to a name, as I like to say. So yeah, I mean,
What notes are you pulling?
Elijah Craig small bag?
yeah, I was gonna say it's definitely a pronounced.
I'm not
taboo.
going evidently.
Really?
Really?
Wow.
I
Okay.
smell it.
What, William? I'm with you. I'm with you. Yeah.
Let's talk about it. Nose.
Cherry, dark fruits.
Yeah, the nose is pretty standard. I mean, there's some rye spice in there.
I get like this creamy thing.
I do get some creaminess.
I get,
which
like-
is shocking for
Now,
what
Dan,
I feel like is 90.
I've always wondered when you say creamy, like what exactly are you talking about here?
I'm talking about like it's almost a mellowness overall, but also not quite to that vanilla realm, but
Right.
working its way there.
Right.
Not quite to
Yeah.
butterscotch, but working its way there.
Like
there's just like a creamy. I don't know how.
frosting almost,
Yeah,
or-
like
'cause that's what
I
I
would
had.
think of like almost a custard
okay
note.
Okay. Yeah.
When I think of creaminess, I tend to think more of a custard note.
what do you get? I don't know. No.
No, keep going. Keep going.
It's the devil's advocate.
Yes, William, you're wrong.
I do get
when I
creaminess. I just think.
I think of a more of like a custard from a creme brulee.
Yeah,
Or
absolutely.
something along
So
those
how
lines
do you
when I think
view
of creaminess.
creaminess then?
it's
Minus a
more of
little bit of the sugar.
viscousness in my mouth when I call creamy.
But on the nose, what does it do then?
I don't get creaminess on the nose.
See,
I have
Not-
a hard time
Nose.
deciphering. I have a hard time deciphering that too. To be fair, like
To me, the front palate on this one is a little weak. All of the flavor is mid palate.
Emitted
There's
a
no-
tiny bit
there's-
back.
It has a
goes.
very
Yes.
short finish.
yeah. Yeah.
I swear to goodness, I know what this pour is. I'm gonna wait to wager a guess, but it's very familiar.
Do we get a free pour if we call
Yes.
the whiskey?
Just like if you come to Watch Hills Blind Leading the Blind on Saturday, if you call the pour correctly, you will get another pour of
Yeah, like I've heard like William Laruella. You
No,
get
that's
that
not-
for no.
I don't think that
I've
fits
heard
into the
some
$25.
crazy call.
So yeah, it's people are funny.
I'm like,
'cause
think
they,
about how much this blind costs.
they're like, oh, you get a free pour. Oh,
I will
you get
say
something crazy.
another thing we didn't mention. I will say the parameters I gave Chris Ballou are $50 a flight.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, so we're actually getting-
okay.
so
that
we get a
is
little
We're in
that
the
is something a little
Yeah,
bit
I
This is
love
different.
that. I
$50
love that.
each.
You know, the thing that we do
So-
here is this is a business, right? Like,
And
we
we're
have to-
talking half pours,
yeah.
4 half pours equaling $50. So I would assume some are on the cheaper end. A pour or two in here is probably a very decent pour.
Have you guys got
I'm
the
not
number
mad
two?
at
Maybe the
one.
number two.
I'm not mad at one, but it's
Yeah.
creamy, basic.
It's a standard basic
familiar.
whiskey, whatever it is. Yeah.
We
It's
know these
good.
are all Kentucky distilled, and I have an idea here, but I'm gonna
Number 2
wager my
is
guess.
rye.
increasingly complex as far as I'm lucky.
Yeah.
Throwing whiskey all over.
I got rye notes right off the rip.
Off the just on the nose.
It's green to me. It is green apple,
See,
minty.
yeah.
Oh.
This, you know what?
It's just rye.
we always say
Yeah, that's
that,
right.
This
turns
this one was bouncing rye off the nose to me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
green apple, spearmint. All
So
those,
2 is
all
our
those
rye.
boxes are being
I haven't tried it yet, but on the nose, I'm all over some rye notes.
Maybe a lower rye, actually.
What do you mean? Oh, no, that's rye.
Like lower rye content in the mash.
And normally I
Yeah.
love rye, but I'm not sure. I
Like,
It's like
when we say low rye, what kind of rye?
51% rye.
51% rye,
50 to
60% rye.
So to be a rye, we know it's got to be 51% or more of the
More,
mash bill.
yes.
But to call it a low rye, we're talking in that 51 to 55 probably percent rye,
I'm
not
gonna say 50 to
not an MGP 95.
Yeah. I'm with you because
Or an Angel's
when you,
92.
when you talk about MGP 95.5s, which is the majority of
Man,
source
that's
whiskeys
familiar too.
Are that it's like it's like this
Ballou
got
is playing
corn
with my
and-
heartstrings right now. I can feel it.
Well, he knows you're pretty good. So.
All right, on the palate, I'm getting a little grassiness now.
A little bit, not a lot. for
On
me.
the end, to me, it's grassy, but it is minty. It's herbaceous.
yeah.
Oh,
It's
I'm hitting
screaming.
nothing but rye notes. If this one isn't rye, as we normally do, if we all think it's rye,
I'm quitting the podcast.
wrong. We're dead
Whenever
wrong.
we're in agreement about anything,
One
it's
thing we've
never
learned
what we
doing the blind leading the blinds here is at Watch Hill, whenever there's a unanimous agreement, you're all wrong.
think. Absolutely.
And so we're all like rye. We're probably not rye here.
So
but
we're
This is a
so,
rye.
This
so just to
seems
keep track. We're
frickin'
going to
rye.
say number 2. We're all. I think we're all in agreement. This is a rye.
One is open ended.
Yeah.
Other than its lower proof. And I feel like, what do you think the proof adjustment between 1 and 2 is? Because we know we're going ascending.
90 to 95,
Yeah.
maybe.
That's what I was thinking.
I'm pushing 95 to 100 here. To be honest.
I'm thinking 95. I think we went 90, 95.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
Yep.
I think we've gone up to about 100 with the second one.
Okay.
Really
There is a little
90-ish.
bitiness on the
the
back
first
end to me, which would make me think the proof rose more. But also, one thing we talk about time and time again, you and I in these blinds, is when it's rye, the proof seems to jump
It does.
even though it's not jumping because those rye spices bite you like a proof.
But you're like in the similar.
So
to the
that's
ethanol.
where, like,
Absolutely.
if you're saying this is 100-ish or maybe just above, I could see where that's coming from. But I'm feeling like we didn't go much higher. It's just biting a little harder because it is a rye. Until I taste and smell 3 and tell
So-
you
Is
this
a
is a
rye.
rye
Yeah,
too.
no, but that's what Here's the thing: get into 3. Get into 3 because that's like
Oh,
3
Yeah.
is not a rye.
no, absolutely not.
instantly, just
Vanilla
a note.
frosting.
I'm not saying I'm right.
Oh.
but instantly,
Right?
first thing that hit my head was wild turkey. Just-
Butterscotch.
Yeah, that is just that is wild turkey.
I literally said butterscotch wild turkey in my mind.
Yeah, just that's vanilla and butterscotch and wild turkey.
Yeah, you get that. You get that. You know what?
I could be way off there, but the first thing that jumped was that. But there is like this tawny wine thing,
yep.
a cherry thing.
super clean. The things that stand out for wild turkey for me is
God,
like
I love that.
there's no
There's a cinnamon
unnatural
underneath
notes.
it.
It's like it's super clean, right? Like,
Oh yeah, just
you would
clean as
think
clean can be.
right, exactly. And not necessarily to say like
the
clean
nose
product,
is
but
interesting and it's
it's really
evolving.
good. Yeah, absolutely.
Ooh,
Funky.
You guys have the
Yes.
new
Oh,
8-year 101 on the shelf?
Have what?
The new,
is this the wild turkey 8-year
new
101?
8-year 101. Do you guys have that yet?
Maybe. If we don't, we'll get it. I mean, we have everything. We have everything. I don't know if you know.
Oh,
I know.
Yeah. Okay.
okay. So the palate mostly backs up most of the flavors I was
Yeah.
smelling on the nose, but there are some intricacies here that are different.
I just did something I don't normally do. I like literally put it across my entire sort of
It's making my mouth,
mouth
water.
cave.
Oh,
Yeah, right. Like I
My
didn't.
mouth
I don't
cave.
know. I don't know how to say that, but
I thought you were gonna.
You just became a meme.
regime there for a second. There.
skincare.
Just
I'm
using
not-
like.
yeah, I'm a dude, bro.
Welcome to Crispy's Mouth Cave, everyone.
Is that like a man cave? What's happening right now?
I
What
hope
is
not.
this?
No.
What's happening?
I mean, you all do you. Love you, Tom.
Tom Wilburn is my hero. He's so creative. This
he welcome in your man?
This is fantastic.
Yes, I'm really enjoying this.
Yeah.
It is. I love
All right.
the nose.
When you go back to the nose,
I know William
For one
is
thing-
not such big a fan.
I got to be
I
honest.
love the nose of it. I think it just kind of falls a little flat on the palate.
I think on the nose, to me, it doesn't jump, though it is very pronouncedly different than the first two.
I think the nose is my favorite part.
I disagree. I
Some
think
butterscotch,
this
there's some
is-
oak.
this is what you look for in a good whiskey.
This-
Maybe not a great whiskey, but a good whiskey.
I think there's a lot of classic bourbon notes
absolutely.
here. God, I hate to use this note on this podcast, but it has this damn grape Kool-Aid thing.
Yeah,
It
I didn't want to get
kill
into that,
me
but here we
now,
are.
but it's a
Here
little
we are.
grape
No, I agree,
Kool-Aid-y
I
to
agree.
me.
The thing that jumps out with me is the dustiness of it, which you find a lot with like turkey stuff. That sort of
It's exactly what you
Funky.
find in an everyday new riff. All right,
Yeah.
next one.
In,
No,
in the last double blind, though, I'll say that you guys were talking about that grape flavor.
yeah.
For me, when people mention that, it's normally a Sazerac product. And even that day, it was benchmark.
Yeah.
So I think that
And it
holds
was-
true
it
for
was-
me.
it
I don't
was
think this is
benchmark.
Sazerac.
it was.
I don't think it's a Sazerac product either, so it probably is.
Single barrel.
Single,
Yeah.
which wasn't high proof, and so our owners have this theory that grape equates to higher proof, which I don't agree with.
I
at
don't
all.
agree with that. Where are you guys at? That's another thing, proof-wise.
I'm still going 101.
Yeah.
101?
I'm not pushing past.
I'm thinking about a 105, 108.
I'm not pushing past 105 here.
Just because I think it has a tendency to lean Russellsy to me, I'm going to go 110.
110. All right.
I
mean,
think
that's
this
valid.
last one is a step up.
Well,
I haven't got there, but let's do it.
get into it.
Yeah.
See, that's the best part about drinking whiskey is you get to drink whiskey. It's awesome.
Yeah. No,
Right?
Oh, man. First thing is, it is way more oaky.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, I'm getting those extreme barrel notes,
yes.
like, exploding out of
Okay,
that.
but do you get Band-Aid on the nose?
Okay.
Breathe in really deep and tell me you don't get Band-Aid.
I get a little of that Band-Aid now.
Right?
I know what you mean by that, and I didn't used to understand that.
But then you met me and I changed your brain.
But
Specifically.
it's not like the vinyl-y Band-Aid.
No.
It's
like,
the like fabric-y
Yep,
Band-Aid.
absolutely. God,
There's
that's
like
difference.
hospital
that
tape.
is so specific.
But
Little table.
it's not a hospital
Shane's
table.
over there giggling because he loves it. I love that. there's a bunch of notes.
There's
in
a
this.
caramel
This is-
apple,
yeah, it's unraveling.
like a
real-
green apple.
I go with the green apple.
Candied apple type.
Yeah,
Yep.
100%.
Do you like candy apples with nuts on them or with none?
Without nuts.
Because it gets in my teeth. And
I'm a huge fan of nuts.
We've been talking about
Yeah, we've established
a
this.
lot today. Only if they're
It's most specifically my own, but
For those watching at home, I just got here, so I don't know what they're talking about.
Well, we're talking about fancy nuts.
Yeah, real
yeah,
fancy nuts.
yes, that's right.
Like
We
when you go to the
established
mall?
Like
that
Manscaped.
William likes fancy nuts.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah, fancy nuts only.
Okay, I'm catching different notes.
Yeah, I am too. I just got like sour gummy worm on this.
Okay. Yes,
Oh,
there was like
yes.
it like
Right?
downturned like
Yeah.
sweet to sour to me.
Stop.
I still very much like the green apple.
I'm gonna stop
still
smelling it
getting
and
a
start
lot of the green
drinking it
apple
now.
out of there.
There is an earthy element that was not present previously to me.
Definitely stepped up in proof.
This, yeah, it's like
Like 120.
it's hot. Yeah, it's a heater for sure.
I don't know what it is. though.
Yes.
Wow.
All right.
Man, so for getting no citrus on the nose, on the palate to me, I'm getting like tangerine.
Yeah.
To me, either 1 or 4 of the weeded.
One sweet.
Yeah, I gotta go with one here.
1 or 4.
Yeah, I don't think this is wheated. If I'm wrong,
This is Kentucky
If
bourbon.
I'm wrong,
think you're
this
onto
is a
something.
barrel proof wheated whiskey because it's a heater.
It's Ezra Brooks if it is.
Yeah.
You think this is Luxro?
I think so.
I disagree
I
personally.
think it's Luxray.
I get a lot more of the wheated graininess from Paul.
Me too.
That really sort of screams
This is
genuine
Kentucky
wheated to
sleeper
me.
to me, right?
This tastes to me like Ezra Brooks.
I don't know. There's
The
almost a
vanilla
note
on
that
this is fantastic, by the way.
I know this is
Or
a,
I rest Rebel too, right?
this is a very oddly specific flavor profile note to me that is completely wrong, but I'm going to say it anyway. I'm getting some like Rutledge notes. And
Really?
not Four Roses, but what's like Cream of Kentucky and
Yeah.
like some of the new stuff has this like, it's the only thing I get this like tangerine thing on. And I don't know if it's the yeast or what it is, but I can tell you, I don't think I know what this product is, or maybe I've tasted it. Unless, oh no. I'm wrong about the Rutledge. You know what this tastes like to me? This tastes like a staggy thing.
Really? Because it's got that like caramely.
I'm getting the like creamy,
that, yeah,
orangey, tangerine.
everything you'd expect from a Buffalo Trace product.
I definitely get the tangerine part. That's
I could see this
definitely
being like a newer stag to me,
happening.
like the Stag Junior.
It's definitely, you know what? If you're
'cause it's proofy.
if you're on the right track, it's not an old stag. It's not a vintage stag. Those are.
If I had to guess, we went like 90, 100, 110, closing in on upper 120s.
I think this is just really low proof.
I agree.
And that's why it doesn't, and that's why we're thinking it's weeded, because it's smooth and soft and sweet, because it is, we've been drinking.
So you think this is like a barrel proof weeded? Is that weird?
Yes, I'm thinking this is
I
like
could
a
be
barrel proof.
persuaded.
Because I'm not.
Because the
really
graininess is there and it's not there.
If
getting,
somebody,
getting weeded notes.
if you told me when we do the reveal that 4 was weeded, would I be shocked? No.
It's probably number 2.
But I do think,
Probably everything thinks the right.
but I do personally think this is
go back
Heritage
to- get the notes.
Distillery.
It's a dill pickle.
This is Heritage Distillery Kentucky bourbon, to me.
Number 4. Yeah. Absolutely.
Non-weeded. But if you told me it was otherwise, I'll accept it.
I get that.
So, like, one thing we like to do.
If this is stag, I'll be freaking shocked.
Do you,
One thing we like to do here on the blind leading the blind is take votes as we go, just to record. So let's start with, if you thought number 1 was the weeded product, raise your hand.
I'm with that. I'm 100% with that.
I'm gonna jump in on that. If you thought number 2 was our weeded, raise your hand. 0 votes.
Checks the boxes.
If you thought 3 was the weeded, raise your hand.
Can I vote twice?
Okay, so 2 or 3 is the weeded. If you would like to call 4 weeded,
I'm very split on it. It could be 1 or 4, but I believe.
all right. So we also know that we're hunting a rye whiskey today. If you thought 1 was the rye, raise your hand. So that's the rye. Number 2 was the rye, raise your
I'm
hand.
raising my hand.
All 4. Oh, unanimous 4.
It is not the right.
Okay, so we're all wrong. Got it. This is great. Chris Ballou wins.
Damn it.
And then, like, another thing we like to do, let's just take favorites.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you had one of these 4 whiskeys you would like to drink again, we'll take a vote on it. I'm going to go back through before I decide.
Yeah,
I already know my answer.
I do too. And you're going to be shocked.
It's 1.
Yeah.
It's 3.
I think 3 too, actually. 3 is probably my favorite.
I don't know. I love
Yeah,
rye. so
3 is
kinda-
my, that dusty vanilla butterscotch. I just love that.
I'm split between 3 and 4.
I think 3 is my favorite.
3 affords the flavor, 4 affords the proof. Though.
You know what the best news is? There's no right answer.
Oh, that's right.
Nick's here?
There's no right answer. 'Cause it's wrong because we messed up.
Yeah, no, my inner nerd needs there to be a right answer.
All right. Favorite pour of the day, 1.
Okay, engineer.
0 votes.
0 votes.
Favorite pour of the day, 2. 0 votes. Most expensive pour was 2. Number 3, favorite pour of the day.
Oh,
3 to 1. All right.
I'm split between 3 and 4.
And then one other thing we like to do before we go any further and reveal is throw darts.
Nope.
So on number 1, does anybody want to go out on a ledge and say, I think it's this?
So William, you were saying,
I have a gander at 1. It struck me immediately. It was familiar, and maybe it's because I work in this building, and I think also the likelihood is high this product could be involved. Yes. But I also tasted it, and I think this. If I had to throw a gander, One to me is our weeded product, and it's a Jefferson weeded Watcho pick.
I'm gonna stop you right there. The two things that I found with our weeded Jefferson's pick was chocolate and nougat. So much so that it made me think that it was a Three Musketeers bar.
Okay.
So I did not get that. Now I'm with William. I think this is a Heaven Hill product.
So we're going Heaven Hill here. All right.
God, I wish I could put my finger on it, but it's a weeded Heaven Hill something, and it's not a larceny barrel proof.
Number 2, does anybody want to throw a dart at?
Could be Bernheim, right?
Do you
Could
wanna-
be, yeah, no, absolutely. Number.
So we got
could be
number
good.
2, Jefferson's, Heaven Hill, and side note, Bernheim.
That's number 1.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
That's fine.
Yeah, I've been drinking
I
all
get
day.
it.
Number 2,
We had a whole conversation about that when I got here.
number 2.
Number 2, I'm feeling turkey here.
Turkey rye, huh?
Yeah.
Rye.
Yeah.
That would intrigue me.
Just because of the citrusy, the dustiness of it.
Like there is
Low
that
rye,
extreme
rye, and I'm not gonna
Could
officially put it down because you haven't called it, but you did call Elijah Craig rye here or Heaven Hill rye, and I can't dismiss that in my mind. I want to lean like a higher rye here because it is like I'm new riffing almost,
I see.
I didn't get that.
I didn't even consider that.
No, I didn't get that. That's.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a 90.
but
I think we're working.
I think we are on that lower scale side, midway. Eli words. Elijah Craig, right?
Cut this guy off.
Seriously.
Let's do another episode.
We live in the same neighborhood, so if you need it right home, I got you.
Cheers. Let's
My
do
girlfriend's
that.
not gonna be very happy about that, but it's number 3.
We're not going to the same house.
No, we could.
Three,
though.
Wild Turkey, or Russell's. Either one.
You
of
think
those
we've
two.
got 2 wild turkey products? In
3. I
We
went.
seem
I
to
think we
be
got
agreeing
one.
on 2.
Number 3.
Okay.
I went Russell's 110 proof.
I don't know. There's just this vanilla that I don't get from.
It's developed into something more familiar on the Heaven Hill side to me a little bit,
Oh, now he calls Heaven Hill.
Oh, okay. We're just gonna call
which
it.
I don't know what that would be if I think about it objectively. Like,
At that proof.
what 110-ish proof Heaven Hill smells like that to me, I don't know. I'm gonna still lean on my original answer of Russell's Reserve, but there is this is heritage Kentucky distilled familiar product.
So
I'm gonna say that it's essentially a wild turkey of some description, preferably a little bit above the 100 proof. But I mean, if this is a wild turkey single barrel, or if this is a sourced wild turkey product as well, that's also potentially possible. But it has all those butterscotch, all those vanillas, all those dusty notes that just scream wild turkey.
All right, number 4. Any guesses? Silence. I'm gonna go Sazerac.
yeah, I'm gonna
distilled.
go Saz something.
Sazerac question mark distilled, but I don't know.
If this is a Stag Junior, I wouldn't be surprised.
I said it when we were doing it. I would be surprised
It's
because
just so hot. It's so
I
proof.
feel like I threw a lot of darts and one of them probably hit, and this ain't the one.
I don't get that, but hey.
Yeah.
All right, well,
Any other guesses?
I'm actually gonna go with the larceny product.
Larceny, so
Yeah.
Heaven
Really?
Hill.
A weighted Heaven Hill. Yeah.
Is that theme Heaven Hill?
Is that theme?
Oh yeah, one thing we didn't think about.
what's the theme?
Could be
I
that.
was gonna say, do you want me to tell you guys the theme before you?
No, let's guess theme real quick, and then you tell us.
Yeah.
Anybody have a theme guess? That's something. If I went,
I don't know him. We talked about Bernheim and Larceny now.
Yeah, we
And with
we
some
are-
of these others, I could
we
be
are
convinced
talking
that
a
it's
lot of
heaven.
Heaven
all right. So one
All
thing,
except for 3.
just
Yeah.
to set some backdrop for the people that have never been to the blind leading the blind at Watch Hill, the themes can be like a distillery or a type of whiskey, or they could be like Masters Week,
or a sporting event.
Easter, Super Bowl. So like the theme could be anything, literally anything. And so just to like keep it in mind relevantly to me, I'm like, is it flooding? Because here in Louisville, there's been a lot of floods.
So they saw Buffalo Trace products.
No, that's not it.
But I'm just throwing an idea out. It could be anything.
Okay.
So if I'm thinking Jefferson's, Elijah Craig, Russell's, Saz,
There's no theme.
the theme is Chris Ballou hates me. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just,
He hates everybody, to be fair.
I got an idea. The theme is good bourbon.
You know what?
Except
The
one
theme-
of them was
it
a
didn't.
rye.
We'll go with that. Good
good
whiskey.
bourbon and a rye.
Good American
Good
whiskey.
bourbon and a
Good
rye.
bourbon and a rye.
Okay.
Well, there's only one thing left to do.
I hope the theme is fig jam.
Yeah.
Okay, just say it looks open because I opened it before you
Yes.
guys.
I opened it pre-open. Yeah, that's it. No.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I opened it.
All right.
Yeah, so Danielle behind the camera
I always know the answer.
wanted to know the answer and opened it, but we literally have no idea. Let's find out. What's the theme? Even if you see all the things,
What a jerk. What a jerk.
what's the theme?
Here we go, Steelers. Oh, ew. Because he's a Steelers fan.
All right, open it up.
Nasty.
What's the rest of it?
So is this all from Pittsburgh or something?
Pittsburgh
God, I hope not.
Steelers blind.
All right.
So, red, gold.
Pittsburgh Steelers blind. Number 1, SB House. Weeded bourbon. So we were right on the weed.
MGP weeded. We did get the weeded.
Pennsylvania brand distilled in Kentucky.
Hold on. Let's go back. 2
Congratulations.
votes for the weeded. I think that was.
That was you two.
All right. Chris and I on the weeded. All right.
All right.
Number 2. Tell me rye.
As per my tradition, hang on.
Number 2. Tell me she was
Number
rye.
2, Bradshaw Rye, Kentucky Straight.
All right. We all
All
4 got
right.
rye. Let's go.
SB House's proof was 96. Bradshaw was 103.8. Again, we're dialed
I
in on
knew
proof.
it was bigger than it was.
all right.
Terry Bradshaw, 4-time Super Bowl champ. He made sure to write that in there.
Yeah, he did.
What a
He
nerd.
totally did, too. 4-time Super Bowl champ.
The only thing that sucks worse than the Steelers is Tom Brady. Just saying. Go Jets. We're never going to win anything.
Number
It's fine.
3, Old Steelhouse Blueprint Series 105 aged 5 years Kentucky straight bourbon.
Old
guy is not
Steelhouse.
Steelhouse.
What the hell is old?
I don't know. I've never heard of
What
that.
distillate is that?
Who knows?
So,
Google it.
5-year Kentucky straight bourbon. At what proof?
105.
We guess 105 to 110. We're all over
Look,
proof today.
here's my Packers brain. Now that I know that that's Bradshaw rye, it tastes like shit.
Yeah.
Tastes like shit.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right, the last one. We've got Booker's 2020-03 pigskin batch, 127.3. So we were
That's
definitely
the
right about.
pigskin.
We were definitely right about the proof jump.
Yeah.
6 years,
Okay.
7 months, and that's where you get that dusty, that typical Jim Beam.
I love the fact that he went with a theme so obscure we would never guess it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna send him a text.
And that's exactly how it goes. Every Saturday, any Wednesday, we
Wednesday,
do
any
the
Saturday.
blind leading the blind. You think you know, you don't know. And
Well, that's the fun part about coming to one of our blinds, and if you show up and you sit down and you think that you're gonna know
I'm just glad.
anything,
Hey,
right?
low key sidebar high five. We did ride note.
Got
Damn.
Nailed it.
What the hell is Old Steelhouse?
Who knows?
Yeah, well,
I've never heard of it, but I love it, and I want to get a picture of the bottle and do this. But guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna follow this up by drinking more blind whiskey. This week we're gonna do
Oh god.
sample roulette, and Chris is gonna torture us. Spin the wheel, my friend.
Yes, sir.
Number barely 3, but
three,
3. Number 3. So a lot of these samples now have been sent in by people,
Yeah.
and so we have literally no idea what's over there.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
These are completely blind. They could literally be anything. They could be somebody's favorite pour, least favorite pour, somebody trying to hook us up, throw us under a bus, and we're gonna find
Now
out.
that I look,
Where's
here-
Ballou from? Is he a Steel? Why is he
No, he's from Kentucky. He's just a jerk in his town.
He's just a hater and likes to lift trophies. I don't know.
Hey, Lockie.
This guy's stealing
Hey,
water on
Old
camera.
Steelhouse. Is this the
Jeez.
one that comes in that metal?
No, that's
Sorry.
Stillhouse.
Stillhouse.
That's
Yeah.
Stillhouse.
okay. It's not the
Old Steelhouse.
I saw
I've
this-
never heard of.
So much
I saw this TikTok of this guy was at Coachella getting his camping setup ready, and he pulls out two
Yeah, we'll figure it out. All right, here we go.
unfucking aged
Sample roulette.
sample roulette. Hang on.
The color is not 100.
All right. Hang on a minute. And
Chef, go.
All right, sample roulette. The pour is a little light in color to me initially.
Yeah, I agree. We're not hitting those amber.
It's not super offensive on the nose.
Is this a sin then?
No cheat questions, bro.
All of them at this point are basically send-ins or gives. Like none of them.
Okay, so similar to something we drank earlier, the first thing I was thinking was tawny port. Like I'm getting this like wine finish note on the rip.
You are insane.
But then it's followed up by
smells-
like
it
some
smells
nice
finished to me
It
too.
smells like vanilla cupcake.
Yes, but then I get this nice like vanilla-y thing underneath it.
You know what? I'm not as good as this season. I will admit that on radio.
We can't all be this good looking. That's why we're on the radio.
What is the internet right now?
Damn it, YouTube. Damn it, YouTube.
You kids and your sock hops and your.
I don't know. There's something.
It's good. I mean, I dig it.
There's something I want to keep going back to the nose about.
Sugar cookies.
Okay.
Yeah,
Frosted sugar.
I agree with you, William. Yeah, absolutely.
Like a Cheryl.
Like a Cole Johnson.
I almost want to say fortune cookie.
It drinks a little warm.
Almond cookie, fortune cookie, and that
Fortune
territory.
cookie, like
yeah.
Chinese restaurant.
Yeah,
fortune cookie.
for sure.
I can't get all the way there, but there is a pastry note to me. And it is way pleasant on
Look,
the palate
you
compared
know
to the
what?
nose.
You guys are getting all that, and I'm getting garlic.
Getting garlic.
Getting garlic.
Where? On the palate or the
No,
nose?
on the nose. Yeah.
I mean, I could find a savory element.
Sure.
I don't know if I can get to garlic,
Like,
but
I
I'm
can
not
see a
going to
little bit of how you got.
But it's interesting what you just said because, like, when I detect garlic, I always double guess it, and I go, maybe I'm just picking up some kind of
I
savory.
guarantee I've
My
drank this
brain
before. It's familiar too.
Can't like syntax that. You know
Maybe
what I'm
not
saying?
this store pick or whatever this is, but it's familiar in a weird way.
I dig it. I mean, I'm not mad at it.
Okay.
I don't get garlic.
What do you think? Like,
This is specific.
Yeah, I don't.
Don't worry. No, this is a crazy thing, and I lay in bed awake and I go, why do I taste garlic?
I feel like it
hell's wrong?
smells like it's going to be proofy, and then it's not.
I get a little proof to it.
I
No,
Proof.
yeah.
we're talking 110. I
I
mean,
was thinking like 115 to 120.
115.
Yeah, I'm thinking around the
the
120
higher
range.
window, the
Yeah.
teens, yeah, no, I
Yeah.
get it.
I'm like 106 to 112.
Now I'm getting like
Like
Vicks
you and
Vapor.
Chris, you guys are really
There's like this creamy thing that's
simpatico for
happening.
this episode.
It's creamy, but not like
It's weird, right?
it
Like,
wants to punch you
done
proofy,
this
but I don't
before.
think so.
Did you hear what he said? We've done this before, like several times. I don't know.
I'm not saying it is this, and I don't think it is this, and this is not my guess.
He's laser focused.
But it is very reminiscent of some of the creamy Weller Foolproofs I've drank. I don't think that's what we're drinking,
I'm gonna disagree.
but it
with
has
you.
like a lot of the palate of those things to me.
I'm gonna disagree with you because I've
creamy,
had a lot of Weller
orangey.
foolproof single barrels, and they are not. They are not this. This is not.
This is not.
disagree.
I also. I'm not saying I think this is that, and I don't. But I can find a lot of like check marks that I'm like,
It smells like tacos.
Now, if you told me this was
Tacos.
Booker's,
you are all over the
I
garlic.
would absolutely.
That's funny that you say that because I literally had that thought. I was like, it tastes like
This
Booker.
this tastes like Booker's.
After having this
Yeah.
and tasting this,
Yes.
I was like, man, tastes very
Yeah,
similar.
this is very similar.
Maybe I'm hungry.
Immediately after the number 4 that we just tried, the pigskin batch,
I'm somewhere else.
this is
I'm
really
somewhere else.
very Booker's.
I'm getting some weeded note on it too.
It's definitely like
I'm somewhere else besides Booker's. I ain't there. I'll tell you
I
that.
got a little bit of that.
I could be
on the
wrong,
proof, I
but-
think, but
I'm now going to amend my initial proof statement and just say that this is pushing 120.
Yeah, this is pushing 120. This
Yeah.
I agree on the
Just
proof.
a burn right in my chest hair. You know,
I don't know.
This is hitting me in my familiar feels, and I feel like I'm gonna dial it in. Hold on.
I'm getting some weeded notes off this.
just the
now.
creaminess of it.
This is like
That's creepy mouthfeel.
I'm very
Yeah.
familiar with it. Thank you.
but we're not boofing anything.
No, not right now. That's not a before 10 o'clock type thing, man. It's 10 p.m. Done. Go. Whatever. It is what-
When it hits 10 p.m., it's
Yeah,
briefing time.
absolutely.
Tom Wilburn, turn the lights down.
Thank you, Tom. You're the most handsome man I know.
I'm gonna amend my statement about it being proofy.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, shit. Okay.
All right,
Stop.
Go on.
We should have brought the frother.
I don't think it's proofy,
three things here.
and I think it's weeded.
Me too.
It's weeded.
I was thinking that the whole time, and nobody had said it, but now you.
No, it's weeded.
I'm thinking weeded. That's why I went like Weller foolproof,
Nah.
creamy, but I don't think it's that. And in my mind, I'm like unraveling.
I have an
What
idea.
else is that?
I have an idea about what I think it is because I don't like their products very much.
Ooh.
Okay, hot take.
Here
Hot
we go.
take.
Here we go.
What do you got?
Maker's Mark.
Okay.
Ooh.
Because
I could
don't-
see
I
that.
don't like Maker's Mark very much.
Okay.
I am in your camp.
I'm in your
a
camp
huge
as
fan of
well.
Mixed Mark.
Absolutely.
I am a fan of their stuff that is below 100 proof. Like,
I'm not-
like as basic whiskey, both basic Maker's Mark and the French 46. If you want a slightly fancier whiskey, then you want that red wax, you want all that other kind of stuff, not too bad. But everything I've tried of theirs that's in the single barrel range, it's above 100 proof, 110.
Themselves at the place.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
I don't
Make better
have.
whiskey.
For me, I don't have a particular like brand guess on this, but I will tell you mentally where I'm at with it is we are 108 to 115 proof. Drinks lower proof, but reads hot to me. So I'm going to go in that range. I'm going to go weeded, and I'm going to go not Heritage Distillery,
Wow.
maybe not Kentucky, but familiar brand. Like this is something I've drank before, and this expression made them famous. Maybe.
Okay.
I think
Dance, but
So we got Dan's opinion. William?
I'm gonna say I'm not really familiar with all of their products. I'm gonna stick with Maker's Mark. I'm gonna say maybe it's one of
Told me it's
maybe
Makers. I wouldn't be upset.
maybe a private selection or something.
All right, what do you got?
All right, you want the proof first?
yes.
Proof.
Proof. 110.6.
Okay.
I was wrong.
Oh.
Oh, Maker's pick. Let's go, William, with the call. Let's go.
A pick from Missouri in 2024.
Okay.
Private
That's what I'm saying. Like I could find the weeded, I could find the heat. It was familiar. I couldn't get to the brand name in my brain.
Yeah.
You called Makers. Knuckles. Nice call.
Yeah, good job.
You were backing it up. Let's
Let me
go.
just, that's the thing that opens up a lot of kind of descriptors about what we do, right? Like the blind leading the blind. You don't know. We have over 2,200 whiskeys.
Yeah, 23 now.
Oh well, write it down, bro. Yeah, sorry.
God.
Just work here every day. No, like the fun part about the blind leading the blind is that every
Easy for you to say.
well, but everything is different, right? It could be a Maker's Mark product. I'm not a particular fan of Maker's. I agree with you. I don't love it.
But it's got red wax. It's fancy.
Yeah, it's fancy for like people that
I like that we
you know what? We're on the
dissect.
internet. I'm gonna. Keep
I
my
think like
opinions to myself.
in a lot of these blinds we do, like, some one of us has been on and the others are off, but I feel like today cohesively we were pretty all over that.
No, dude, we're so
Proof
proud.
wise, we were on it.
Yeah.
We thought after tasting it and then going a lot of different directions, we were all saying the same thing, and it was weeded. Like I said, Weller foolproof, but not Weller foolproof. Like the creamy note was coming out. These other toasty, sweet notes were coming out, and we're going makers. Like, we're all over this pick. And it doesn't always go that way, and it doesn't mean every pick tastes this way.
Sure.
But, like, it is kind of nice when you get reassured, like, okay, we've drank a lot of whiskey, and we can at least pick out this part until next episode.
When you find something like this that trips up your brain and you don't say makers, because I can't do makers. Sorry. I'm from Kentucky. I've been drinking bourbon all my life. I can't drink makers.
Beautiful campus, beautiful cake.
Sure.
Great
I
pick
love what they
experience
do.
too.
Let's cancel Chris Hurd.
Absolutely. I love what they do. I just can't drink their whiskey. It's not good to me.
I think that some of their best things are this private selection.
Absolutely.
No, I think so too.
But
And
that's the magic of barrel.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Well, it's the stave combo you put together. Yeah. Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
I'm gonna throw one sidebar in before we get out of here. So there is a particular member here at Watchville Proper. He made a very famous locally pick of makers. You probably haven't tasted it. You definitely have. Murphy's pick.
Yep.
The 2017 one.
Yep.
I know this.
That's fantastic.
It was so good that makers, once they discontinued the stave that they used in that pick, brought it back just to let them redo the pick. Exact same staves. Because it is fabulous. When he let me taste it again recently, I was like, it's still better than cellar aged. It's still better than any other makers I've had.
I think it was the mocha stave that they got rid of, wasn't it?
It was that one. It was. It was that. It was that stave that they got rid of, and he paired it with the French,
Wait, so it
and that was it. No other staves.
Yeah.
And I don't remember the ratio. It was 2 to 1, one to the other. Whatever.
I've done a pick of
I just
That's the like how intricate the bourbon thing is to me. You can take the same product, finish it with different staves, 1 to 1 to 1 to 2 to 2 to 1, and it'd be so different. And that's why we're doing a podcast. That's why we have a wall of 2,300 options here that are interesting, that are not boring. And some of them will fit your palate. Some of them will fit mine. Some of them will fit none of these and everyone else's. And that's what's cool about it.
I think the French one's called Cuvée now or something like that.
Beauvais.
Yeah.
You can keep your fancy cuvee, and all I got to say is stay classy, bourbon drinkers.